people ask, this is slightly deviation but interesting for all of us, that whether you would like to be on the service provider's role or on a client's role. Big difference remains that on the client side you are an expense, for service provider you are the revenue. This is the big difference. Run to fail. Run to fail is another type of maintenance, which is again not a maintenance but a conscious decision to say that I will not maintain anything in this because the cost of maintenance is very high compared to the function that this particular equipment is serving. So if the function that the equipment is serving is not so important, if it is easy to get that replacement of that equipment, and if it is not very costly, there are three things here. So your resources which are available on the site, on the premises, they need to be trained to maintain the equipments which are installed on your site. That is basic, that is minimum, otherwise it's like nothing. I mean, otherwise it's of no use. Spare parts consumption trends. This is very valuable insight in maintenance, in property maintenance, because the consumption, spare parts consumption trends, it will tell you many things. It will tell you whether the procurement is purchasing the spares from genuine source or a duplicate source. Second is, maybe the technicians are reckless. There are some technicians who don't repair the things. They believe in replacements because that is the less work for them. It's unfortunate, but there are people all type of, see, when there is a group of people, you don't find all of them are uniform. Everyone will have some peculiarity or other. So spare parts consumption trend and monitoring technicians efficiency. Now this is another thing. Monitoring technicians efficiency, how do you monitor? Is by 2-3 things. One, number of calls attended by the technician or number of maintenance activities performed by him. If somebody is doing 6 tasks every day and other person is doing 4 tasks, obviously the result. I mean, the 6 task person is more efficient. We should ensure that all the resources which are available at our disposal are being used efficiently. This is our primary task. Like, we are actually the captains of the team. So it is not just our efficiency anymore. Maybe we are super efficient, but it doesn't count unless your team is efficient. And that is why you have to spend a lot of money, lot of time and energy in ensuring that everyone performs to their efficient level. So likewise, cause and effect diagram, whenever there is a breakdown at the site, do this analysis. If you are a client, insist, demand it from the service provider. If you are a service provider, please make it and give it, where it will show exactly that these are the probable reasons. Now cause and effect diagram is maybe 90% accurate. You can say 1, 2, 3, these are the probable reasons why it has happened. And the second part is also important. There is a proper format for this, which says that that what steps you are taking with immediate effect to ensure that this doesn't happen again. And that is the standard way of doing maintenance. Why should you not elevate yourself to that level? So you don't have time, but find time. Dedicatedly find time, one day, half an hour or 1 hour, sometime when you are end of the day, on weekend or something like this, and then spend time dedicatedly for 1 hour to say, okay, I am going to sort out all the mess in my table from what is needed and what is not needed. And you will be surprised that at least around 15, 20 or 25% of the items you will simply put it in the dustbin that is there. So first step is to sort, which is to remove the things which are not required, and then segregate the things based on what is required right now, what is not required right now. So whatever is not required to you right now can be kept stored in your properly, shelves or whatsoever, so that doesn't occupy your space on the table. And you get what you want at the right time. And when you come across someone who can retrieve, there are some people who can take out a 4-year-old mail from the Outlook within few seconds. And there are some people who cannot even take out the last month's mail. They are getting lost with that. All types of people are there. So even in the Outlook and in the folders also, you need to do this kind of 5S technique. So keep proper folders, sort out all the documents what are there into the different folders, so that when you need something, you get it. That is your efficiency. The team should know what exactly you are aiming for, what you want to achieve. You need to ensure as a leader that you equip everyone with the resources, with the whatever the inputs and the assistance required, so that they perform to their best efficiencies. This is the job of a leader. So if you are individual, you may be super efficient, but your efficiency is worth nothing if your team is negligent or not controllable by you at the ground the way you want it, because your efficiency is ultimately coming from the team's efficiency under you. So for having a good team under you, you need to have a good leadership skill where you guide them, you mentor them, you tell them what is your required and assist them to become more efficient in realizing the company's goals. So you need to have leadership skills for being a good maintenance manager. There are some people who are always serious. They feel that it is a good thing if they are always straight faced and no smiling at all, and people should be afraid to come to them. They get fancy, they enjoy that. But this is not good. This is weakening your own point, your own self, your own efficiency. Because if you are not open to the ideas or open to the inputs and signals coming from the ground, you are lost. It is your loss. It is not that person's loss. So there are contradictory and different instructions coming to you from time to time. You need to manage your time properly in doing that. You need to be flexible enough. You need to be ensuring that you give justice to everything and manage all the things that are required in the time that is given to you. You will never have time to do everything that you want to do in life. That is there, whether in personal life or professional life. Because your wishes and dreams are too many. And the tasks and responsibilities are also too many. So you have to only choose the prioritization. So the prioritization becomes the key here. So know how to groom leaders. This is another way, and I'm sure you must have heard it in some management session earlier, where it says that if you want to get promoted, first ensure that you have someone to replace you at your place. It's logical, it's very simple and rational. Because if you want to get promoted, and everyone wants to get promoted, right? Who doesn't want to get promoted? So if you want to get promoted, you have to think from the management's angle, from the management shoes. The management will say, fine, I am happy to promote you, but then who is there in your place? And that is your job. You need to ensure that from your team, you create someone who is ready to take on your shoes, or develop leaders, groom the leaders, make the people more ambitious, and that is your success. So whenever your team comes to you with a problem, you should actually welcome that. It is not that you look at them, okay, you come always with a problem. No, because by solving that problem, you are getting respect from his eyes, respect in his eyes, and that is your job. If he comes to you with a problem, you need to solve it. I mean, unless he is the creator of the problem, then you solve it in a different way. Then you involve HR and there is a different process altogether. But problem solving skills, which is in the personal level, even the group level, or in the machines level. When we talk about maintenance context, it is a machine level. Like there are some people who say, that I have been here for last 10 years and I have been doing the things this way. Now I will not change. This is the way it will be done here. Now this doesn't work. For example, if your line manager changes, and line manager, you can choose your team, but you cannot choose your line manager, right? This is not in your control. So line manager, you have to accept whoever comes, you have to accept him, and he will come with his own ideas, his own whims and fancies. So if he is not in concurrence with something that you are doing as a practice for last 10 years, you should have flexibility enough to change your style of work.